Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FIKRI. So right now we'll be talking about the game design since I'm the game designer for our game called as Octopus game. So basically the theme of this game is in an dungeon where they will try to escape from the dungeon with the challenge of the given by the dark places, the dark map, and also as well as the confusing scene of the map. So as from the progress one, the map was a bit was smaller compared to this one. So for this one, I've added more intersections and more corners, as well as more blockage of path where it will enables the player to turn or to make a new route, forcing them to make new route. So next one is that also they arrange the assets inside the game. So for example, after has created the health decrease and health increase collectibles, as well as the speed up booster collectibles. So I've implemented with the new object, which is for, in this case, for the adding, we're using chest as well as the adding speed. It will be a surprise element since both booster are in the same shape. So the next one is spike. Okay, so the spikes, they are spread around the map, right? So they are spread around the map. So the spikes will be using the decrease coding, where the health of the game of the player will be decreased, binded with the coding created by Hafiz. So as well as the lighting, as I mentioned, we intentionally make it dark. All right, as we had discussed, I make it as dark as possible in order to challenge the player when they are playing the game. So as we can see here, there is no roof. So but if we enable it, so the roof is there, right? So that is basically for the game design. As well has implemented the background music for every scene. The music will be playing in the background, so they won't feel boring, but they will add a little bit of tense and fear in the players' mood. I think that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Muhammad HAFIZUDDIN and I'm act as a game programmer for this project. So my responsibility for this project is I program the code for the game development in game element in the game phase for the player and also for the collectible. For example, for the first person player, I've been responsible to create the first person view and also the play movement that involve the keyboard, which means the user have to enter WASD for the interaction, and also include the ground check for the gravity, which means that the player also can jump and it will down to the ground when they have the gravity. And I'll also be responsible for the collectibles such as this. It will decrease the health whenever it will damage the player health whenever the player step onto it, such as a spike or whatever. I just writing the code. And then I also been responsible for the health bar here, which means that if the player take damage or take a hit, it will reduce the health. So there's some animation onto the health bar. And also I also been tasked with the creation of the increase the health pickup, which means that when the player collide with the object, with the game object, so that whenever the player have some damage, it will replenish, it will increase the health back again. And also being responsible for the collectible, which is the speed up, which is the boost speed. Whenever the player collide with that, it have a booster speed, I said 20, and it will increase the speed by a duration of time. Let's say in this program, the duration of is 3 seconds, so that the player have some advantage over the other player to complete their journey in this maze game. And also responsible for the creation of the fundamental of the player movement, the collectible, and so on. So it is my responsibility for this project. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is FAYYADH and I am from Group 9 of Computer Development course. So this video will be about my contribution to the development of the Octopus game for our final project. So firstly, I contributed in the back end and also the front end, some interface that is my contribution. So first is the interface that I developed, which is the select character scene interface. So in this scene, user will be able to select a total of 4 different character. They can toggle left and right, and once they are happy with their choice, they can play and proceed into the game scene. So next is I contributed to in the gameplay scene, which involves coding. So the first one is the determination of the endpoint, which is the finish line for which is the main objective of the game, which is to find the escape door. And once the user had successfully finished, a game over panel will be displayed. And all the panels involve, for example, like times up, death, and also successful game over. I developed that panel also with the scoring operation, which is the scoring of this game will rely on the timing. So the sooner the user manage to find the escape door, then that user will have a higher marks overall. So apart from that, I also I am involved in the sending the data of the score data into the .NET gamification. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I am NAJIHA. For this video, I will talk a bit about my contribution in completing this game and project. Okay, firstly, I set up the Internet and then the Photon for the multiplayer. And then another one is implement the user interface design. So for Internet, it is exclusively for the leaderboard and score for the player. And then for the Photon, it is real-time multiplayer setup. And another one is user interface that I said I got it from the asset store. Okay, for the Internet, I already add the game, which is I name it as Octopus game. We can view the game detail. Okay, the most important thing is game token, which is we need to copy and paste this code. Where we copy and paste this code is inside the API system script, which is right here. The URL is from the API tenenet.net, and then the token is similar with the code right here. And then the leaderboard ID is leaderboard_octo. Then next is I will explain a bit about the Photon, how it works. Okay, I create the new app, and then I choose the PUN type, the game type, and then I just name it as Octopus game. And the most important thing is the app ID that we need to copy and paste after we have import the Photon package from the Unity. Okay, next is for the project inside the Unity. Okay, I will show the leaderboard. Okay, this one is the simple leaderboard that I have done. Okay, for the Tenet, we need to import the Unity package of the Tenet. Inside the Tenet Unity package, we have the script, which is the API data, API system, and another one is dashboard rank. And then another one is inside the login. Okay, inside the login, after the player able to enter their name or register their name, this game need to have the system, which is they need to save the player's name, which is we make it into save player name, and then it will enter the name, and the debug log will show what's the name of the player. Okay, so for the leaderboard, okay, before that, we need to add the API prefab in each of our game scenes, so it is signed with the Tenet and also the Photon. Okay, for the game manager in the leaderboard, I have the dashboard rank, which is I just drag and drop. Okay, another one is the create and join room. Okay, for this one, I create the empty object of connect the server, which is it has the script of connect the server and the create and join room. Where we got the create input and join input is from the canvas. Okay, we can see that inside the create and join room empty object, it has the create input right here. Okay, right here, create input, we just drag create input here, and then similar to join input. And another scene is the select child, so that's why we added the select character. Okay, I think that's all for me. Oh, I forgot. Before that, all this user interface, I make it from the start, from the main menu, which is I name it as a Octopus game, and the background is from the game itself, the game scene itself, and then I add the start option and create button. And then for the start, it will immediately go to the registration name, and then after they enter, they will need to go selecting their character. Okay, the character, it has the 4 character, and then need to go to the create room, and then after they have created the room, they can immediately go to the main game scene, and after they have played the game, they will go to they can view the leaderboard. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.